Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Will Thompson, and my pleasure today to be hosting the webinar and introducing our speaker and topic. So first of all, for those who don't already know, BPES on the screen there, we are UK distributors of scientific instruments, process equipment and consumables. We have a range of partners, absolutely brilliant, and they produce market-leading equipment, whether it's CLD, upstream or downstream bioprocessing. And today, the focus will be on High Purity New England in the box there. So with that, delighted to introduce our speaker, Katie Lyons, who is the Director of Manufacturing Science and Technology, so MSAT, from High Purity New England. And she will be talking about flexibility without compromise, today's topic. And with that, Katie, I'll hand over to you.
Thanks so much, Will, for the gracious introduction. Now, as Will mentioned, my name is Katie Lyons, and I'm the Director of MSAT at High Purity New England, or HPNE, which is now a division of Getinga. We're partnering with BPES as a distributor of our products to allow us to collaborate with customers in the UK, like yourselves. Now we can provide innovative solutions to you to advance your bioprocesses, all while having BPES to provide local support that can help work with you every step of the way. So we're located in the Northeast United States, in the smallest state of the country called Rhode Island. We're so small that it takes under an hour to drive from one end to the other. For a frame of reference, we're located about an hour south of Cambridge and Boston, Massachusetts. HPNE was founded in 2002, and since then, we've grown to gain a strong presence in the bioprocessing, biotechnology, and pharmaceutical industries. And we've been so successful that Getinga, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, acquired us in 2023. So HPNE has two main divisions. The first is designing and manufacturing single-use assemblies that are custom to each and every individual company's needs. This custom assembly line is branded as HP Connects, and we have brilliant engineers that collaborate with customers to design unique products for their processes, and we specialize in ensuring that components used adhere to minimum certain quality and compliance requirements, such as REACH, RoHS, ADCF, and USP Class 6. The figure to the left of this slide is an example of a 3D model rendering that we provide to our customers. And then once it's designed, we have an experienced team of production staff that then transforms this depiction into reality. Now for our second division, we're known for as being a distributor of single-use bioprocessing equipment. We aid in the procurement of equipment that may only be acquired through specialty distributors like ourselves, some examples of which are included to the right. We formed very close relationships with these companies over the last 20 years, which allows our customers to benefit from. And as a prominent supporter of various industry alliances, which are listed at the bottom of this slide, HPNE strives to support the causes focused on saving the lives of all of yours and our friends and families. HPNE is certified to the ISO 9001 standard, the scope being highlighted on this slide. We're also a dignified member of the RX360 International Pharmaceutical Supply Chain Consortium that participates in the joint audit program that allows organizations like yourselves to save time and money while still achieving their audit goals. HPNE has been fully vetted to comply with the necessary requirements of ISO 9001, being recertified every 3 years and participating in annual surveillance audits along the way. Now, whether you're only at discovery or even if you're fully commercial, HPNE and BPES can serve you at any stage of the process. And whether you just need a prototype designed or if you require full-scale manufacturing, we can help design the right assembly for you and when you need it. We're able to differentiate ourselves in the industry by providing flexibility and agility, but all while ensuring quality and reliability. HPNE production occurs in either of our two impressive ISO Class 7 clean rooms on site, one at our 2th Thurber location, and we have one at our 14th Thurber location. These are classified clean spaces that allow for the control of particulate and microbial contamination during our manufacturing process. These dual locations allow for maximum output, as well as provide contingency manufacturing options. HPNE also has an ISO Class 8 clean space used for component kitting operations, so that raw material goods can be prepared in a controlled environment to further mitigate contamination. Here at HPNE, we understand the criticality of adhering to industry requirements, and that's why it's essential that we comply with these regulatory standards so our customers don't have to worry. Listed here are a few that we're particularly invested in and that we ensure that we meet these necessary requirements. We've developed a comprehensive product qualification program dedicated to quality and compliance. We perform validation testing that confirms our products meet these standards, all while ultimately focusing on the success of patient safety and benefit. If you need a product to be qualified, we can quickly and accurately meet your needs, all while aligning with your timetable. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about HPNE. If there's an opportunity that HPNE and BPES can facilitate for your needs, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at info@hp-ne.com. Thank you again, and now I will open up the floor to any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you very much, Katie, for that quick and brilliant overview. So we have got a couple of questions, it looks like, but please feel free to use the questions button towards the top there to submit any further questions or anything discussed or anything that you feel you need to understand better. So Katie, just to confirm, you can hear me first of all.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, all good. So first, I think this must be a sort of HP Connects related. So do you have flexibility in your choice of filters and bags?
Yes, we have a lot of flexibility. We collaborate with quite a few different bag and filter vendors. If a customer has a specific vendor that they would like to use for one of their components, we will be able to work with them so that we can make sure that we use the exact component that they want to use.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that is one of the beauties as well. Just to add on to that is that you're sort of not locked down to one specific vendor, and yeah, I know that
Correct.
you've got tons of choices available, but
yes.
I mean, I guess this next one kind of follows on. But the question is, do you have aseptic connections and connectors?
So we actually just acquired another company recently, getting acquired one, and coincidentally, they specialize in aseptic connectors. So actually, we do have in our pipeline the ability to sell our assemblies with those type of connections if needed.
Okay, thank you. So I think so. We've got one here. If somebody has a bespoke flow path, again HP Connects related, whether it's one subunit or whole flow path, what is the minimum order quantity?
We will do even one if need be. I think that's something that we're very open and willing to do with our customers. Like I said before during my speech, if someone just needs a prototype, we will work with them and help them out. And whether, we hope that it turns into future business, but if it doesn't, then that's totally fine. But we want to be able to help anyone, anytime.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thanks for that. So this is a little bit of a change of tack, and I know maybe Katie, what you specialize in and really focus on. So a look towards sort of the regulatory side. You touch a little bit on the material qualification program. I know you're very active in terms of looking at bioburden and making sure that everything's is in order there. Maybe you could just quickly talk to that and sort of the latest things that you've been developing at HPNE.
Sure. So, as we all know, it's very critical in our industry that any products that are being used to make drugs are sterile. So we are very adamant in making sure that we have a sterility claim on our products. So that way, when our customers use them, they don't have to worry about our products potentially contaminating their process or their drug products. We have been validating our own products and doing testing on them, evaluating them for bioburden levels, and then also making sure that we comply with the ISO 11137-2 standard, which is to validate a minimum sterilization dose. And we make sure that with our processes, with our manufacturing operations, that we are not contributing any bioburden that would then be unable to be eradicated through the gamma sterilization cycles.
Thank you, Katie. Yeah, and just another one from me. This is a personal one. Is we're getting a few sort of questions and things sort of pop up around the likes of these PFAS and DEHP, sort of problem chemicals that there's maybe a horizon where people are looking to eliminate them from their supply chain. I mean, I know you're an integrator, but do you have much in place sort of looking toward the future at those types of issues, or are part of any groups maybe that explore those issues and are kind of on the front line of addressing them and seeing what's next?
Yes, I know there are a lot of these initiatives that are popping their heads up in our industry. We do focus very strongly right now on biological reactivity, USP 87 and 88, and ISO 10993. We ensure that our components meet those standards. We also make sure that we have the animal-derived component-free, BSE, TSE-free components as well. And then, like you mentioned, PFAS, it's definitely becoming more of a hot topic. And we are in the process of starting to evaluate our components with our suppliers to determine if our components do have that PFAS in it. We are a part of the BPSA Alliance, and our director of quality and myself are on the subcommittee for the PFAS initiative. So we are getting, real-time updates on where the industry stands in general. I do want to highlight, though, that not all PFASs are created equal. So we know that we won't need to ban every PFAS. So right now we're kind of just trying to do our research, due diligence, and understand which ones are the ones of concern and which ones won't be an issue in the future.
Thanks, Katie. And then we've just got time for one more that's just popped in. So someone's asking, can HPNE assist with any validation of single-use assemblies to be aligned with our or their regulatory requirements?
Yes, we've definitely worked with some of our more established customers who are commercialized in being able to help validate their process so that they can file their products and the processes and their materials that they use with the FDA. So we can definitely work with them as much as they need us to.
Okay, well, I think all that's left to do is just thank you so much for your time today, Katie. If there are any further questions, please reach out to myself at wthompson@bpes.co.uk or some of the emails that Katie provided in the slides. Also, there will be a recording of this session available at some point, probably later in the week. So unless you have anything else to add, I think we'll probably leave it there.
No, I think I'm all set. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope that HPNE and BPES could help you in the future.